Welcome to my channel, Breaking Bad Goddess. I just wanted to get on real quick and talk about Frizzy Locs. And while I'm talking about it, I'm just going to put my face on. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard in the beginning, like I was saying before, but there's some things you can do to mitigate it. To be quite honest with you, I didn't do a lot with my hair. I still really don't do a lot of styling or anything with my hair. I don't pull on it because even though I'm I'll be 19 months in I think whenever the 7th is, in 4 days from now. And I still don't do a lot with my locks. I just let it be. Let it still process. Let it grow. Let it flourish. I don't like to tug on it or pull on it because, for one thing, I don't like the feel of my hair when it's being pulled on. I got these really nice lipsticks from MAC. They're called the powder. Hang on, I gotta put my glasses on because I'm old and I can't see anymore. But this one is $9.25. It's called, or no, $9.26. It's called Debonair Buzz. It's their Powder Kiss lipsticks. And you can tell they're a little different because they look a little more matted, where the other ones are shiny. This is the Ruby Woo, which is like one of my all-time favorites. You know, I love the reds. But then I got these. These are almost very similar in color. And they're very matte, but they don't feel dry. You can see they're very similar in color. This is the Marrakesh Mir, and this is the Debonair Buzz. This is the Cashmere, and this is the Buzz. One's just a slightly little more red color. I think I'm gonna wear this one. And I love them, and they don't feel dry at all. And on my skin tone, they look, I don't know, it looks really nice. I like it. So I'm gonna be rocking it. I like it. This is as matte as I wanna go. And it's also quite neutral in color. So I think for somewhat nudie kind of look to it, I just like it. Anyways, yeah, I know it's a trying time just hanging there. There's not a lot you can do, but just get through the process. And it usually lasts, I don't know, for me it lasted, I think it peaked at anywhere from 6 to 9 months. And then as I got closer to my year mark, the frizz kind of minimized. I didn't really have a lot of issues with my hair frizzing up. I could tell that it was becoming more and more uniform. It wasn't looking frizzy. I still have frizzy days sometimes, but for the most part, my hair kind of, I don't know, I think it matured faster. And here's another secret, a little trade secret that I ran into, and I started doing the first 3 months of my lock phase. Use sea salt water. I got this spray, and I'll post it in the description box below this video. And it was sea salt. And I would just spray it on the locks. I wouldn't put it on my scalp. I would just spray it on the surface of my locks. And that sea salt really accelerated the locking process. And I think the faster it locks, the faster you'll get through the frizzy, fuzzy stage. And also too, I think your hair will get on its journey of growing and actually gaining some length, because you're not going to see a lot of length that first year. Your hair is still maturing and getting dense, and it's frizzy and it's crazy and it's all over the place. So you're not going to see a lot of growth. But once your hair starts locking and meaning the length of the hair is locked, it starts growing like crazy. It really grows. My hair has grown a lot. And I'm just, I'll be on the 7th of March. The 7th of March, I'll be 19 months already. So I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. It's just, the time just went by so quick. And you'll see that, it'll go by very fast. You'll just be amazed how fast time goes. So yeah, I use that salt water just the first 3 months. By the time my 4th month rolled around, I was locked. And what I mean by locked, I was able to wash my hair without worrying about it unraveling. And I was very happy because those first 3 months, I washed my hair because I didn't have a loctician. I didn't have the luxury of having a loctician. I wish I had a loctician, but where I live, there's really no one in the area that really understood locks in the manner that satisfied my expectations. So, and I didn't really want to go down to the city, which is 3 hours from where I live, and get into this cycle of having to travel out of town just to get my hair done every other month or whatever. It was just forced me to learn my hair. It forced me to do the research. It forced me to, assume responsibility for my own hair. And I'm glad I did, because I learned so much. I'm the type of person that once I get my clutches into anything, if I want to learn something, I become quite obsessive about it, and I start learning it to the point of, craziness, because that's just how my brain works. I have to, I'm always learning something, and I knew I wanted to have locks. And once I made up my mind that I wanted locks, then I just went nuts. And I was like that all through my hair journey. When I was loose natural, I learned everything I could about my hair. I learned all the vernacular, everything about porosity and density and everything. I just learned it all. And a lot of that knowledge has translated into my lock journey. Not all of it, but a good portion of what I did as a loose natural, I still do as someone who has locks. So yeah. So I spent a lot of time learning about my hair, because I didn't have a loctician. And so, I stumbled on one of the girls I was looking at on her channel, and she talked about salt water. And the girl, she's just a beautiful girl. Her name is West Indie Ray, I think her name is. And she's got beautiful locks, huge following. So if you want to look at someone who has beautiful hair, and I believe she took care of her own locks as well. I don't think she went to a loctician either. And her locks are very beautiful. And she colors her hair too. It's a nice, beautiful blonde locks, and it's just really nice. But that's where I got the salt water remedy from. And I started putting that salt water on my hair the first 3 months, and my hair really locked like quick. I was washing my hair, I was going in and not having to worry about them unraveling, because, your hair, at least my hair, I have like 3 different textures in my hair. The parameter and the nape of my hair is very loose. It's a very loose texture. And in the crown area is where I have more, I would say, the 4B texture hair. And that locked pretty quickly. It is 4B hair, I think 4C, 4B hair is perfect hair for locking. It'll just lock really quick. But my struggle locks were well in the front and here. Even you can even tell on the ends. My ends are not very, they're not locked. They're still loose. They won't unravel, but I would imagine if I picked at it enough, I could probably start unravel. And you can unravel your locks. For a lot of people didn't think you can, but you can unravel your locks if you want to. So but they're not going to, these aren't, without any effort on my part, they're not going to unravel. And I don't know if they'll ever really close. They probably won't, which I don't know. I don't care. You know, they're not like some of my ends sealed pretty nicely like this. Well, actually, I think I cut it. I cut these loose little locks. I cut them at the end in my earlier stage, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just left well enough alone, but I did cut them because I wanted a more sealed look to it. I didn't want all these loose ends, like these curly cues here. But you know what? I stopped messing with my hair, and I said I'm not going to cut it anymore because I didn't want to mess up the process of the locking. So I put away the scissors because it was getting out of hand. So yeah, that's basically the remedy, you know. Either just live with it, which is what I would suggest. Just bear and grim and bear it. Wear hats, scarf. Make sure you go to bed with a scarf on at night because that will contribute to a lot of your frizz. What else? Do a little bit more palm rolling. Use products that help seal and close the cuticle, like aloe vera juice, rose water. If you can master locksmithing, you can do that too. I don't do any of it. I let my hair just get wild during that phase. I, just went out there looking crazy as you know what. But I survived it, and I'm better for it because, it's a process. It's like anything. You just, you deal with it because, at the end, it's going to really take off, and it's really an easy lifestyle for me. During COVID, this is the perfect hairstyle because I didn't have to worry about going to the hairdresser or the salon. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just maintained my hair and it was all good. So hang in there. This too will pass and you will have flourishing, beautiful locks in no time. So that's all I got. I hope to see you next week. Take care.